Hey, good morning. Today is January 31st, 2022. Just wanted to share a dream that I had yesterday and the interpretation of it. I think there's some very encouraging prophetic meaning to it. Um, I had a dream yesterday where I woke up um, from what seemed like a short dream, but I remember in the dream I was looking out a window into the driveway of my parents' house. And I haven't been with my parents for about a year, I think it's been. There's some meaning to being in my parents' house. But as I looked out the side window that faces the driveway, I actually just saw someone in their garage. And in the natural, I wouldn't be able to see that there was someone in the garage, as it's a detached um, garage and driveway outside of the house. But I knew in my spirit that there was a robber, someone out in the garage, and that robber was going through the car that they had parked in the garage. Um, and as I watched, I saw as that robber came out the side door of the garage and walked and brazenly went right into another parked car in the driveway. And that person seemed to rifle through the car. And as I was sitting in the house, I thought to myself, should I call 911? And then I also thought to myself, should I go get my gun? Which my parents don't have any guns, but that was my second thought. Should I go confront the robber with a gun? And as I was thinking about both of these things, the robber went through between the neighbor's yard and basically started to get away. And that was fundamentally the end of my dream, except as the robber was leaving, I realized in my mind that I recognized him. And he looked very, I'll say, traditionally like a robber. Um, just kind of what I would represent in my mind, at least, as a robber. A bit of long hair, not very well kept, if you will, like just someone who wasn't worried about appearance. But what I recognized after the dream and praying about it, the robber was a very disheveled version of Hunter Biden. So I had a dream that Hunter Biden was robbing my parents' cars um, and kind of brazenly walking out and moving down the street. Who knows to do what else? The interpretation of this and um, there's a number of I'll call it giveaways to this. One, the fact that the setting was in my parents' house certainly implies um, that this is because my parents and my parents' house is a place that I lived in my past, that this is related to the past. And so what God's shown me in an interpretation is that this is something that God's pointing out. He's exposing, and he's exposing it not to, there's a percentage of people right now in America that know something fishy's happened over the last 5, 10, 20, even 50 years in terms of financial, political theft, just so many different things, perpetrating evil upon the country. But when I saw this dream, the robber's face was right out in the open, and he was openly kind of walking down the street to the next house. And all I had to do, even though I thought about calling 911, I thought about getting a weapon, but all I had to do was confront it. And so I believe God's message to us today is bring this out in the open. There was, theft in an election. There was theft in our health. There's significant financial theft in our economy. It's all going to come out. It's all going to come out. And so, prophetically speaking, those of us that are in the know, that are looking out the window, that can see, we need to raise the alarm. So I just want to encourage everyone to get out there, raise the alarm, and speak prophetically, speak just truthfully about what we see, that we're not going to stand for the corruption that's been happening in America. We're not going to stand for the corrupt people that have lied, stealed, cheat, destroyed their way into positions of power. And we're not going to allow it in our personal lives either. I pray that you get great revelation from this. But God gave me this dream. I think it's a really encouraging dream because if you were going through loss and you couldn't figure out why, um, that would be very disheartening. But we know why, and God shows us, who's doing it and where it's happening, and He's been exposing for the last 2 years great corruption. And so though we need to call the police or take an action. We need to bring it out. So uh, speak out. I pray that you have the boldness to just speak out. God bless.